NCRP Productions presents Fading Suns, Crystal and Blood. Introduction and rules.
Well, welcome to the first Fading Suns session. My name is Tyler. I'll be the GM today. Fading Suns is a epic story of space fantasy, of adventure, of intrigue, of wild combat. And we'll be getting into today with our 5 characters.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro. I'm still developing the voice in my head, but I am Sir Veros Hazat, a knight for the House Hazat. My father is the Lord of House Hazat, and I will one day be the Lord as well.
Hello everybody, this is David, and today I am playing Tor Crow's Eye. You know, I can't necessarily speak like Sean Connery, but I kind of envision him speaking like...
You won't say it the whole time, but we want everybody in
I
the
want
head.
you to envision it. I want you to emulate it in your head.
So what you have to do is you have to put an ish after everything you
After
say.
everything I say.
Sure. So just imagine every letter with ISH after it. So tish, pish, tish.
Yes, exactly. Precisely.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Tor Crow's Eye. I'm the indentured bodyguard to our noble Sir Veros Hazat.
Hello, this is Josh. I'm playing Graha, the Vorok pit fighter. So I am not indentured. I was selected by our Lord Veros Hazat as his personal trainer and hired muscle.
Hello, my name is Glenn. I'm playing Merrick Height, disgraced engineer with the Guild. Much like Graha, I was selected by Sir Veros to accompany him on his adventures.
Did you say disgraced? Did I hear that right? Okay, you're a disgraced engineer. Is that good for us? Okay.
Well, just with the Guild.
Trust in the work.
Guess we'll find out.
Disgrace could be better.
Is that a good reference?
Honestly, that's for me to worry about.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Yeah, he's the one poking in your brain.
Yeah.
It says here on his application he's disgraced.
It's a title.
All right, just making sure I was clear on that.
Hi, this is Barry. I'm going to be running Jacques McKibben. I am a finder of things.
What does that mean?
You'll
Finds
learn.
things.
Oh, wow, okay, I like it.
And there's one difference for me over
Purveyor
everyone
of
else.
intrigue.
I actually work for his father. So
Oh, wow.
Veros' father has hired me.
Watch out for that guy.
However, I am a company.
Noble, yeah.
I have a mission to see through.
He's a company man.
He's a company man. He's a company man.
a company, man.
Well, wonderful. We'll get into kind of the rules explanation of the game today. So Fading Suns uses a D20 based rule system. The players will be taking a number from their characteristic and their number from their skill, adding 2 together, and trying to roll equal to or less than that number. For the sake of example here, we'll assume someone has a dexterity of 6 and a shoot skill of 6. The 2 numbers together are 12. They're going to roll a D20. If they roll 12 or less, their shot succeeds. But they must overcome something called resistance. Now, the resistance is going to be a number. It could be, for example, 4. If they roll, whatever they roll is how many victory points they get. So in this example, you're trying to roll a 12 or less, and let's say you rolled a 9. You just got 9 victory points. You can spend these victory points on different things. You can spend 1 victory point to reduce the resistance of your attack by 1. So in that case, if you have 7 victory points and their resistance is 4, you would immediately spend 4 victory points to get rid of the resistance, or else the attack fails, leaving you with 3 remaining victory points. What you can do with those, you can either save them and put them in what's called your bank, which you guys have in front of you. You're limited to holding a maximum amount of 5 in your bank, however. You can also spend victory points to increase damage. You spend 2 victory points to increase the damage by 1. The other thing to remember is that victory points that you save can either be spent on next turn's attacks or on your own defense. So with victory points, you can spend those to modify your dice results. You can spend victory points to increase your goal number by 1 per victory point. So before you roll, you can say, I'm going to spend 3 victory points to add 3 to my goal number. So if your goal was 12, it now becomes 15. And this is before the dice roll. And like I said, also, you can spend victory points to decrease the enemy's resistance. If you have any victory points left on you, you can spend those to increase your own resistance to prevent them from attacking. Now, the important thing to note here is that when you spend victory points to defend, it is after they have rolled, so you know what you're trying to add to resist. Basically, you're taking your stamina. Imagine victory points as a form of stamina to block this hit that's coming in. And it's this exchange of energy. As you do really well, you kind of get momentum, but as you start to do less and less, you start to run out of steam a little bit. Then we have something called weird points. Now, note WYRD, weird points. These are very special. You get these whenever you roll a critical hit. A critical is when you roll exactly your goal number. So in this scenario, your goal number is 12. If you roll a 12, congratulations, you got a crit. You not only get the maximum amount of victory points possible because you just rolled 12, but you also get a weird point to add to your bank. There's no limit to the amount of weird points you can get. Weird points can be used to give yourself advantage on a roll, which is where you roll 2 d20 and take the better of the 2. So you can spend the 1 weird point as well to transition into 3 victory points, or do something heroic or action-packed beyond the realms of the current scene. Do you guys have any questions before we get started?
So you talked about a critical. How do we roll a critical?
By rolling the gold number. So if your gold number is 12, if you roll a 12, you've scored a critical.
By rolling the exact number you
Oh, the exact number. Okay,
Yes.
not over it. Okay, so...
Because then it gives you max victory points because you get all the victory points.
Okay.
And you get a weird point.
Now,
Okay,
a
cool.
critical failure is any nat 20.
A nat 20 is a
Oh.
failure. Okay,
Even,
we wanna,
even if your target
You
number
heard
is
that,
20.
guys? You got
can't
that?
Yeah.
always.
All right,
A 20 is
reverse.
always a failure.
so we want to roll low in this game.
Yes.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Well, to a point. Because the higher you want to roll as high as possible without going over your goal number.
Interesting.
It's a
Okay.
balance.
Oh,
It's
I
a
like
balance.
that. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Like the game where you slide it to the as close to the edge as possible without knocking it off.
That's a great. So with Fading Suns, it uses a combination of skill and characteristics, as I said earlier, but some of these aren't on your character sheets. And normally we would look it up in the book and find it, and it can actually get kind of complicated. For the sake of today, if you're doing something and I don't know it offhand, just pick 2 that you think are related enough and use those.
All right.
Keep it flowing for the day. That way we're not stuck looking. Well, technically you use perception instead of observe or something like that.
I will be using dexterity and disguise for
Everything. I don't know, but these 2 make sense.
I'm bathing. I'll use dexterity and disguise.
With enough soap.
Is there anything else before we get started?
Nope. Let's go.
All right.
Thank you for listening to another NCRP Productions podcast. To stay on top of everything we're doing, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook, all at NCRP Productions. You can show your support and help us continue to produce content by joining our Patreon. We offer additional podcasts like our B-sides and have GM materials, maps, and other fun things you can discover over time. You can find our podcasts on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other fine podcast sites. Just look for us at NCRP Productions. We value your thoughts, so please don't hesitate to leave us feedback or comments. And if you would like to contact us directly, you can email us at ncrpproductions@gmail.com.